So if you watched a few of my videos before this, and if you're wondering if I'm wearing the same hat and the same shirt for 5-10 days in a row, no, I'm not. I'm just filming multiple videos in one setting. So there's that. Anyways, if you've been watching our videos for a while, please do consider subscribing, liking, and clicking the bell button, sharing, and doing all those things. It really does help us out on this channel. So without further ado, today we're talking about the Rost, Hegel Rost versus a PSaudio Stellar Gain Cell DAC and Amplifier S300 combination. So the PSaudio combination is about just under $5,000 Canadian, while the Hegel Rost is about $3,500 Canadian. Now, despite the price difference, the performance is very, very similar, believe it or not. And in terms of functionality, the Hegel Rost has a DAC, streamer, preamp, and amp functionality, while the PSaudio Stellar S300 and the Gain Cell DAC has, in combination, has amplifier, preamplifier, and DAC. So it's a little bit more traditional kind of two-channel system with the PSaudio. Now, mind you, the funny thing is that when I was playing these two different components, you have to realize that one wasn't necessarily better than the other, but it was very comparable despite the price difference. Now, this is a very difficult kind of comparison in general to do in the first place because the Hegel is class AB, I think 75 watts per channel, while the PSaudio is 300 watts class D. So rightfully so, both have pretty high dampening factor. Hegel is known for that, and PSaudio being a class D amplifier has a high dampening factor as well. So that means that they both control woofers, promise to control woofers very, very well, and performance-wise, they both promise very great value for the money in the audio industry. And in fact, Hegel and PSaudio has received a lot of attention in the past few months and years with their great products. And recently at a store I worked at, Audio Excellence, we did a shootout between the Rost and the PSaudio with the MagnaPen 1.7i hooked up. So the main reason I'm doing this video is because I got a chance to hear the PSaudios and the Hegel Rost recently with a cone speaker, a totem speaker, a electrostatic speaker, Martin Logan speaker, and also the MagnaPens at the store. So given that, I just want to kind of give my insight into how these components play its role in these type of speakers. So the Hegel Rost, when it comes to panel speakers like the Martin Logan or the MagnaPen, seems to have a darker background and seems to have a better sense of depth. So it seems to be that the soundstage is a little bit pushed back and it's over here, okay? While the PSaudio kind of brings it a little bit more forward and a little bit more intimate. At times when I was playing rock and kind of rock and roll kind of music, the PSaudio was a little bit too much in my face sometimes, and that's just me. But some people like that. Some people like that extra excitement. So that's preference. Now, going into the bass region, I found that both were very, very grippy, very, very good, but with a little bit better bass when it came to cone speakers was the PSaudio. The PSaudio actually had a little bit more bass in terms of amount when it came to cone speakers especially. Now this was also true for MagnaPen and Martin Logan speakers, but it was less true for Martin Logan speakers than was it for cone speakers. With cone speakers, it was very much more apparent that PSaudio had more bass, more warmth, I should say. But the Hegel at the same time seemed to have a little bit more energy in the mid-bass region, and I really liked that about the Hegel. The Hegel Rost had that mid-bass punch that just sounded like more dynamic. You know, if I put it into terms that most people kind of understand, it was just right away you hear the two difference between the two, and you would say that the Hegel was more dynamic, more exciting. At the same time, a little bit laid back in presentation, and it's something that you can listen to on a daily basis without a problem. Now the PSaudio was overall very, very good, but a little more intimate, both in terms of sound, stage, and imaging. It was a little bit more intimate and focused down here, while the Hegel kind of stretched out into the room a little bit more, especially with totem speakers and actually KEF speakers. We tried it with KEF speakers for a brief time, the KEF R3s as well. So that was my basically general difference between the two. Now, when you consider one or the other, you really have to think about, I think, the functionality instead of the sound. Because the sound, you can really like one or the other. The difference I speak here are very minute differences. The biggest difference being the fact that the sound stage with the PSaudio is closer to you than the Hegel. Okay, that's the biggest difference. Other than that, the bass, the mid-range, overall, it's like very, very close, very, very similar. So when you consider these two components, consider thinking about the functionality. How are you going to use it? Do you need a streamer right now? If you do need a streamer right now, then maybe Hegel is a better choice, all in one unit. You know, very minimalistic, black box, high wife approval factor, and all that. Now, maybe you want something separate, like you want an amplifier, a preamplifier, and you want to add a streamer down the line. Then maybe PSaudio is a better choice for you. But in terms of power, in terms of authority, in terms of all those things, I seem to prefer the Hegel a little bit more. But at the end of the day, it's really very close, and it really depends on the functionality and the way you use it. So that's pretty much it from me. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.